All right. Fucking yeah, I don't know. I fucking I don't do this shit enough, I think. It's fucking something new, something different. The fucking like in between shit. 'Cause I got posts I kinda wanna do. I got some creative fucking shit I wanna do. And I was like I don't fucking feel like doing it. Or I can't really. It's also, like fucking that shit. Fucking if I review the last couple days, literally just the last couple days, on fucking Friday after a fucking year, Fat Joe seems to have blocked me from seeing the fucking Ted Smooth portion of the fucking show. And, I go back and forth on it, but then it's like, yo, you know what? Realistically, again, it's not like he banned, all the accounts. I was able to fucking see the live. So he did very specifically, somebody fucking just blocked those specific accounts that they fucking knew about. And then, like, fucking on Monday, fucking, then it's like back to fucking normal. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, this nigga's acting like he's interacting with me like we're friends. Which is fucking, it's awesome. I'm not gonna fucking say no, but at the same time, it's like, yo, like, I don't. It realistically, it's also like, yo, everybody's acting like this is like I have like a fucking $1 million idea. I don't have $1 million idea. It's fucking my life. So then that means I have a fucking $1 million life. And then if that's fucking true, people fucking own me. Because realistically, this is a lot of shit. Like, so that happens fucking Friday, you know what I mean? And like, that's just like, that shit, fucking, whatever. And then it's like, then fucking, my mother starts fucking bugging out. And then I got fucking the cops going on fucking yesterday too. And like, that's fucking, I don't know if people fucking understand how stressful that fucking is. You know what I mean? Like, that's another one of those things that's fucking like, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do. Not share it, all right? So I guess I just live my life like as if nothing's wrong with that. But either fucking way, it's also like, yo, like, like that's fucking scary. You know what I mean? Like it just is what it is. It's fucking scary. Like, I guess it's an example of like how I guess I am. You know what I mean? Like, that's scary as fuck to me. That is not something that is I want to do. It's scary. It is extremely scary. Like, realistically, granted, I got heart failure now, so a whole different thing. But like, I would rather get on a fucking roller coaster, and I hate fucking roller coasters. So like, that's not something I want to fucking do. And then people are disregarding it like I'm doing that shit for fucking fun. You know what I mean? Like, I'm calling them over for like, yo, hey, what's up? It's like I got the cops and fucking Fat Joe. Literally, cops and Fat Joe interacting with me as if we all know each other somehow. Like, there's this unsaid shit between us that we all understand, except I'm not fully understanding. Maybe I understand some parts, but I'm definitely not fucking understanding all, because this is just like, it just bugs me the fuck out. You know what I mean? And then it's like, I got shit to do. I got really shit to do. And like, this is what's been going on. You know what I mean? I don't know if nobody fucking understands it, but it's like, this is the in-between shit that goes on. You know what I mean? Like, I feel stupid to do anything. Like, look, I've already tried. It's not as if, like, again, one of the most biggest fears of my life I already faced yesterday, and not one fucking comment, as if nothing. You know what I mean? And granted, I understand, like, I didn't go hard on, like, sharing it and, like, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, I don't know what the fuck else to fucking do. You know what I mean? Like, so, yeah, yo, it's just like, I don't know. I'm tired of this fucking like surreal feeling. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like I feel like I'm in Alcatraz. It does, like, that shit is like that. It does feel like fucking Alcatraz in that sense. Fucking like the people. I heard that story back in the day of like the people. You could hear the people fucking partying. You know what I mean? And that's how I feel sometimes. Where it's like, it feels as if right now, it feels as if I should be doing anything and everything I have ever wanted to do, or just even comes to mind, or like whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I like anything. Like, I feel like that Trump statement of like, yo, I could kill somebody and nobody would fucking care. That's exactly how it feels. And like, I don't know. Again, because nobody's talking to me about these things, I don't know how anybody else understands, or feels about how they would feel in that position. But it's like, I what the fuck? I don't know like, I don't know. So yeah, it's just like, I don't know, I don't know what's gonna happen after this. That's a whole crazy shit. Like, it feels as if I have no control of my life, and like, that's ridiculous. That's absolutely fucking ridiculous. But it's the truth. Like, I have a whole bunch of things, so many things to do, or want to even do that I can't even start with any. If for no other reason, it's just like, yo, well, wait a second, is this even all real? Like, I mean, how like it's like I keep pinching myself because it's like, yeah, I guess it is real. So let me not lose my mind. But at the same time, it's like, well, I mean, how much more? I mean, what is really losing my mind? Because apparently I now for this now I think third, fourth time, fifth time. I mean, this is ridiculous. In about like less than a year, I've had cops in front of me, not just like on the phone or like via email, in front of me, in which realistically something should have happened from that other than, oh yeah, we're not gonna talk to your mother. As if again, it's also this weird shit. Like my mother's the most untouchable person in the fucking world. It makes no fucking sense whatsoever. And it's really starting to get on my fucking nerves because it's like, it's not like I'm trying to ask anybody to go against my mother. That's not what I'm saying. You know what I mean? But it is this weird fucking thing that like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't fucking get it. And it's not really just her. You know, my father's the same thing. It's just like my dad's got that fucking white dude privilege thing or whatever where like, you know what I mean? You could be like, oh, well, you know, how many people really go after people like him anyway too? But it's also like, yo, I've never, like him too. I've never seen nobody test him. Nobody. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't happen. And I've seen that man in fucking Puerto Rico with people that I know fucking hate white people. You know what I mean? And they fucking at least had respect for him. So it's like, yo, like, you know, and it's not, again, not, these people are not gangsters. These are not the, you know what I mean? These are not people that go around talking about, like, I'm fucking hard this, that, whatever. Not like that at all. So, you know, where is this fucking coming from? You know what I'm saying? Like, I go from all kinds of shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like talking about, you know, that's the whole shit. It's like, how much for, you know, like, when I think about it, it's like, yo, well, my mother was a stewardess, and, you know, there's a cop in the family, and there's other fucking things, and, you know, maybe it's just, oh, yo, you know what, Charlie, we're not gonna say shit, porque, it would make sense to me. It would make sense to me. I would say to them, don't fucking say shit to me, which I'm sure I have. So, you know, and then so, but then it's like, yo, but then it's like, so what, the cops are playing this fucking game? You know what I mean? We're like, we're even not gonna fucking tell you that your mother's playing this game with you because we're gonna do that to try to get against her. Makes sense, but at the same time, then it's like, yo, well then, you know, realistically, then my mother could at least be like, yo, stop. But then it's like, you want to hear crazy shit? I'm not even gonna go there. But it's like sometimes if it seems as if like she's like, yo, you know, like, it seems as if she's trying to be like, yo, look. It is what it is. I will say that. It's like she's trying to, it seems as if she's trying to be like, yo, it is what it is. I got my, you know, I got my shit. You're not involved with it. But so, you know, but you're not involved with it. But so I'm going to fucking, you know, I'm just going to protect you as best I can. But like, you know, realistically, you know, it's all fucked. We're all fucked. It could be like that. But then the same thing is the problem with that is that that's the exact same way the opposite, you know? And it's also, you know, like, what the fuck? I can't lie. Because when I think about it, I mean, it's one of these things. It's one of these fucking things. You know what I mean? Because, like, when I was a child, my grandfather, one of the weirdest fucking things to me is, because he's not this type of person. He's not like anti-police or anything like that. As a matter of fact, he's a lot of times, like, on their side and shit like that. But when I was a kid, we were walking, and we saw, like, a fucking car, like, a fucking, like, the old fucking, like, FBI kind of cars, whatever. And he looked at these two people, and he like stopped like halfway down the block, and he was like, "Yo, you see those people over there? That's FBI." And I was like, "All right, cool," you know. And he was like, "Yo, like if you ever see that, you tell these and these people." And I was like, "All right, cool." And that was it. It was like one time, you know. And that's the shit too. My family's mad into that. You know what I mean? My family's mad one time. Like there's a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit in my life that's very one time, and I'm like that too. And I'm like that too. Like I say shit one time, and I'm not gonna fucking repeat myself. You know what I mean? Like, didn't I fucking say that to you? You know what I mean? Like, I ain't gonna fucking play that shit. And I'm not gonna play it about like fucking what other people heard and that shit. That's between me and you. And that realistically, that's the shit that bugs me out of where I'm at. Cause I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't know where the fuck I got that from. I don't watch that many fucking movies. So it's like, yo, I don't know where the fuck I got that from. You know what I mean? But like, you know what I mean? To me, that's very fucking simple. That's a test. That's a real fucking easy test. Cause there's some fucking issue going on. You know what I mean? If I've told you something, me and you in private, you know me, we're friends, all this shit, like we associates, whatever. I told you something, and we connected. Like it's not some shit I said and passed it under my tongue, nah shit. We had a real conversation. You told me shit, I told you shit. Like it was like we told each other shit. And then later on, you come to me, or I hear some shit completely fucking different. Either you've lost your fucking mind, or you don't fucking trust me, or something's fucking going on. Because to me, for the most part, for the people that I trust, the people I have relationships with, like shit's different now because of things that happened. But if they tell me anything, yo, Charlie, you said this, I'm gonna trust them because that's what's up. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm gonna be as gullible about it or whatever, but like it's a weird situation. You know what I'm saying? It's a weird situation. And so, but the thing is, people don't live like that. You know what I mean? Like, even the shit I'm seeing in the fucking news, it's like, people, it's bugged out. Like, I saw this shit yesterday with the Michael Costello shit, and then I hate this shit because it's like, yo, the motherfucker could be racist. I'm not saying he can't be racist. I'm just saying, like, from what I saw, this is what I saw. I saw this shit come out where he was like, yo, this shit's fucked me up. Chrissy Teigen was like, yo, she called me racist and it fucked me up for years. I can't even get work. I mean, that's fucking serious shit. You know what I mean? And it ain't even fucking true, right? And so, like, I'm looking at all these comments and all these people are like, yo, that shit's true. That nigga's fucking mad racist. And he stole fucking people's designs and all this shit. I'm like, yo. So then I look it up. I look up a couple articles, and the Instagram fucking comment, that shit was never true. He never fucking called anybody a nigga on Instagram, at least typed out. Like, he never typed out a comment in which he called somebody a nigga. So that wasn't fucking true. And it's really easy to fucking find that out. You know what I mean? So basically, I still don't understand why fucking Chrissy Teigen, like, insisted that it was true, even back then. It was kind of known that shit wasn't true. But anyway, fast forward all these fucking years later, it's like all these people, they can't even fucking just go that far to look it up. So they're still even saying that the comment he made was true, even though everybody knows that shit wasn't fucking true. So they're still saying he was racist because of that. Then he didn't even fucking steal anybody's designs. Not like that. He reposted some shit. He basically bought somebody's dress from his account. So basically from his, like, yo, that has his name and everything. So again, you know what I mean? You could say people are mad stupid, but at the same time, if this person's worked with Beyonce and other people, it would seem he would have some understanding of what discretion is. And there's that thing called privacy.com and all these other ways that if he wanted to purchase a dress and not make it seem as if, that it was known that he purchased it, there are other things he could do. He purchased it with his own fucking name. You know what I mean? He posted it. Maybe he did it on purpose. Maybe he didn't do it on purpose. But either way, he posted. All he did was post a picture of that fucking dress and didn't credit the designer. But the designer, the entire fucking time, had the ability to fucking be like, yo, that shit's mine. So, it's not as if like, yo, there wasn't any way to rectify it. And I'm not gonna lie, like, there's a part of me that feels like, yo, sometimes, you know what I mean? Sometimes people do shit like that because it's like, yo, if he would have came out and tagged her in the first place, more than likely, nobody would fucking care that much. It'd just be like, oh, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, he's trying out a black designer, blah, blah, blah. But, it wouldn't have been that fucking big a deal. As it is now, that black designer has gotten now years of fucking press coverage and all that shit over really, some shit that was basically either a innocent mistake or, if it wasn't for the fact that somebody ended up saying, that comment, obviously it wasn't fucking real. The comment that was typed out on the internet. If it wasn't for that, this could have been handled mad differently. You know what I mean? It would have been like she would have gotten her fame over it, or at the very least respectfully gotten her fame over it. Of like, yo, oh wow, yo, I made a mistake. That's crazy. I didn't post this I didn't give this person credit, but check it out. It is this fucking person. Cool. Again, that still would have been more effective than if he would have just done it any other fucking way. But then somebody tried to be like, oh, all right, now he's fucking racist. And then now somebody else came out and said, yo, nah, he said that shit in real life. So then it's like, yo, who knows? You know what I mean? Like, now who knows, if he really did say that shit in real life or whatever. So it's like this whirlwind of shit. It's like one of those things too about fucking, that's this thing too. I've always been somewhat like this about defending people. And I don't regret it in a sense because it's exactly what I'm saying. As far as in the case of what I saw yesterday, as far as like people being like, yo, this motherfucker's racist and why the fuck is he even coming out saying this now? And he's only doing it for clout. That shit was all bullshit. He was coming out and fucking saying it probably because that shit, more than likely, because that shit really did affect him. He wasn't even fucking getting work out of it. He did fucking want to kill himself. And no matter what, with the Chrissy Teigen thing, that shit was unfair because she should have fucking known at the very least that that shit was fucking fake. You know, I don't have a problem defending that, but then it's like, oh shit, now maybe he is fucking racist, and so fucking, you know, it's like it tarnishes my fucking image to fucking defend people, and I've never been able to like stop or fucking control that. Like I just can't. I don't know. You know what I mean? And I will say, I guess it does frustrate me because I'm like that. I guess it does frustrate me. I feel as if people are gonna fucking be like that to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because I'm like that, like I guess I expect and want other people to be like that. And like I'm not judging them, but it seems odd to me. Like it's not as if I have never met anyone who was like that. To this day, you know, one of the craziest stories in my fucking life. And it's like, it just feels as if when people say these stories, their lives are so different. But like, anyway, like this fucking dude, Sean Seminar, yo, it's fucking white dude, Indian actually, but you know, at the time, all I'm seeing is fucking white dude. And it's like literally, like I think it's either my first day or first week, but very initial start of school in Kansas, yo. I've never taken a fucking school bus, none of that shit, yo. And like I get on the school bus, and I'm pretty sure actually, I don't remember the time, but I think I was the only person of color, and I mean of any color. Although I think this girl Rasika would have been on the bus with me, and she was Indian and she has color. But anyway, you know, very, you know, not much, not definitely not what I was used to. And then fucking I go to sit down and this white dude like fucking he doesn't want me sitting next to him, and fucking Sean Seminar fucking punches him. You know what I mean? And like I at the time I feel as if I've never really expressed to him, yo, how cool that fucker was. Cause that's him. You know what I mean? Like that's him core. You know what I mean? This wasn't internet. There was no, you know, realistically, there were more likely for there to be negative consequences for him doing that than good. And he did it anyway. You know what I mean? And so, shit, yo, you know what I mean? It's like, I went on in life, and it's like, I see that shit in movies or whatever. You hear other people's life stories and you're like, damn, yo, like that happened to me too. And like, I wonder if that dude ever fucking, you know, if he ever even remembers it, if like that, because nobody acted like it was a big deal. That was the other fucking cool thing about it too. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna say it wasn't as if everybody was in agreement with him, but everybody was kind of chill. You know what I mean? Like, it just kind of like it stopped everything. You know what I mean? And like, I can't remember another time in the bus after that where I felt race was part of it at all, which is crazy. Crazy, you know what I mean? Like, we're talking like I was the fucking only, like, as not in the school, but on that bus line, like as far as that bus, I'm fairly sure as far as dude, I think I was the only black dude really at all. And then like I said, I think Rasika would have been on that line, but I think I would have been the only girl. You know what I mean? So like, and I can't, I'm not even joking, yo, like, because I'm definitely not blind to that shit. I think, like, that's the thing, too, is, like, I feel like sometimes, like, it bugs me out, because, I do hate fucking race, you know what I mean? Because it's, like, I'm mad, the reason I'm mad conscious of it is because I grew up all around black people. I didn't grow up with white people, you know what I mean? And, like, then all of a sudden I got thrown into white people, and I was like, yo, this is crazy. This is all the opposite of everything I've ever fucking thought. And the thing is, I was the opposite of a lot of things that they thought. So it's always been this fucking, like, weird clash of fucking shit, yo, because, like, I grew up thinking some mad weird shit about white people. A lot of weird shit. And like I've heard them, you know, I heard and I've known and I understand. Like there's some of them that I've grown up thinking some really stupid weird shit about black people. It just is what it is, you know what I mean? But I've had to kind of like fucking deal with that a lot. And it's fucking tiring, yo. So there's that shit too. Because it's like, yo, it's not that I'm not conscious of race or whatever, or that, like, I won't fight for it or whatever, but at the same time, it's like, oh, that shit gets exhausting. And for no other reason, it's like, again, the surreal shit. It's like, what do you want me to tell you, dude? I just had two cops in front of me. You know what I mean? Like, they treated me with respect for as much as it is. You know what I mean? Like, no, you know, obviously they didn't treat me with respect in the fact that, yo, my mother's still all this other shit. But it's like, let's be real. Like, you know, when am I going to lose my mind, I guess, right? Like, so what am I supposed to do? Fight those two cops as if that's going to get them to fucking talk to my mother? That's going to get them to talk to my mother, who I don't really understand what's going on mentally, which means that, you know, realistically, they could vote, whether it be because they fucking manipulated her or just her own fucking mental health issues. She ain't going to fucking, what the fuck she going to say to them? Other than, I think that was probably the right thing for Charlie to do. Or, I think that, you know, that was the wrong thing for Charlie to do. So, You know, it's not like I could trust that she's gonna fucking be on my side on that shit. So it's like I gotta trust me. You know what I mean? And again, that's another one of those things where it's like I don't know where people understand that shit because the only other people I know who have mothers like that really are criminals. Or are people that their parents were criminals and they ended up being in the criminal life too or whatever. Or you know what I mean? But it's like either way they're like that. You know what I mean? Where it's just like yo, you gotta take care of yourself. Like you gotta understand what the line is. You know what I mean? But then like that's what I'm saying. It's like why the fuck is my mother like that? You know what I mean? Because it's like and that's the shit too. It's like when my mother, the weird shit is my mother has the same birthday as my uncle who's a cop, like her brother-in-law. And like I didn't really ever think about that until yesterday, and I was like, yo, that's crazy, because like that would mean supposedly that same certain amount of same personality traits and shit like that. Because my mother is not at all. That's the thing too. It's like my mother is not at all either one realistically, and this is somebody I live with and I've seen at the crazy moments and everything, whether criminal or law enforcement. Like she doesn't fall into either one. It doesn't seem like she could be reasonably be either one. Not a criminal or law enforcement. Yet she has, it seems, both of those qualities. And as I say that, it seems as if the same shit could be said about me. I don't know. This fucking talk shit. I heard somebody say the other day. This fucking bugs me out. I heard somebody say the other day about like their fucking therapist, how to get a therapist, and I never fucking thought about that shit. But as I'm fucking talking right now, because as I'm talking right now, I feel it does. I feel a little bit fucking better. Like, I think it's kind of ridiculous that I don't even want to show my face. And I normally show my face in a mask. That's why I'm showing this fucking thing, because that's how crazy this fucking thing is. Where I don't even want to get on here showing my face, and I don't even show my face. So like that's whatever. But anyway, fucking talking and shit. It starts to feel. I don't know. I do feel better, but then it's like I feel like when I leave this shit, like this would be similar to what I would say in therapy. I feel like when I leave this shit, it's like what do I do? Like it goes back to being surreal, like because it just is what it is. But anyway, so yeah, like I wonder if my therapist ever needed a therapist, because this is the shit he's fucking hearing. Like he's hearing about my fucking daughter, he's hearing about my mother, he's hearing about like fucking my childhood, and people in it, and fucking possible criminals, possible not. I don't fucking know. Some people definitely are law enforcement. Like, fucking all this fucking weird shit. Yeah, and I gotta get this fucking out too, because like that's the thing too. Like the mother of my child, one of her cousins or whatever, I forget. He's a fucking cardiologist here in the Bay Area, and then like her grandfather was her grandfather, right? Her grandfather. Yeah, her grandfather. Her grandfather was a cardiologist, and like apparently he was like a famous cardiologist or some shit like that, or either way, some shit. And it's like, and I fucking got heart problems. And like it's like I feel like people fucking keep disregarding like the possibility of the fucking like, whether it be me, her, my ex, my mother, whatever, or just like there could be some fucking spell shit going on, because like fucking I mean like look at just all these fucking weird coincidences, you know what I mean? And it's like, and I got a fucking fake medical record. It's like I got all these fucking people in my life, literally all these fucking people in my life, law enforcement and fucking medical. Both of those people understand the dangerous and how fucking the fraud involved with having a phony medical record, and they're reacting as if I'm being stupid or weird or I'm overreacting to want that corrected. There's a phony medical record of me. That's just the same as if there was a phony arrest record of me or anything else. Those are serious fucking things that gets used in decisions without you ever fucking knowing. That's why that's a big fucking deal. That's why I didn't even know that medical record existed, and I was contacting them. You could see that shit on my fucking lives. I got this documented. Not only was I contacting them years ago, even when I was in the hospital for heart failure, and I'm saying to them, yo, what the fuck is this deal? Like, I'm hearing that there could be this medical record. Even then, they would not tell me about that medical record. So that's how crazy, that's how intense this shit is, of how determined these people have been to just fucking have this phony medical record out there of me. It's similar to if there was like a phony death certificate. You know what I mean? It's like, these are serious fucking things. So serious that I had fucking 2 cops in front of me yesterday that literally, it's like they stood there as if it was a therapy session. I think I even said it in the fucking, in the thing. It's recorded. I was like, yo, I didn't want to make this a therapy section because realistically, this should be a professional interaction. You know what I mean? Like, if I was looking for cop friends, I would imagine there's like an app for that. Like, like, oh, I want to be friends. If I was trying to be slick about it, like, like let me try to become friends with cops and then like, hey, slyly be like, yo, I got this shit going on. Can you help out? Like, that's not what I'm doing. I'm a citizen trying to fucking just basically invoke my rights. Like, that's it. Like, there's nothing. This is it. So it almost makes me want to fucking laugh because it's like, I don't know. I do know that yeah, I want to cut this. I want to end this shit fucking now. Cause yeah, like I want to move on. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't want to stick to this, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't know. I gotta get dressed. I'm gonna walk for a minute because I don't know how to reset. Like I don't know my reset. I still all these years is like. It's just like it's just all this shit. It's just all this shit. There's always new shit though too. There's no new shit because that whole fucking Fat Joe thing. That Fat Joe thing, that block almost immediately. You know what I did too? I saw that fucking movie, Meet the Blacksons or the Blacklist or whatever. The movie of Cat Steve and Cat Williams and all these other motherfuckers in it. About vampires. And shit. I ended up going to the fucking movies. I haven't done that shit in years. Not like that. Like I have gone and seen a movie here and there. Like I've been trying. But I just looked at I kind of had it in my head, but I looked at the time and I was like, all right. The movie was gonna start in like 20, 30 minutes. I actually really wanted to see an action movie, that Jason Statham thing or whatever, but because I didn't want to get triggered, you know what I mean? And I figured like that probably hopefully won't trigger me because like I didn't want to get like family shit and like somehow or another, even though this movie involved family issues and things like that, I didn't particularly feel triggered. Anyway, I saw the whole movie. I laughed. There was no like anxiousness. I didn't feel like anything weird about it. It was just like a movie. There was a couple crazy things, but nothing crazy really. You know what I mean? Like nothing really. So like that was awesome. So like when you talk about what spells and witchcraft and shit like that, it makes perfect fucking sense that once he blocked me from seeing a live, it would open up, it would unblock something else. Because it's kind of the same shit that happened with the request and like the request to his live stream that he sent me. He sent me a request to his live stream, and I wasn't able to accept it at the time. And after that, it seemed as if it opened up a couple things in my life as well. So it's kind of like, it's like, I don't know how psychological that is. That could just be psychological. I definitely didn't even think about it. The only thing I remember really kind of about it, other than like, realizing, oh shit, this motherfucker blocked me, was when I finally clicked into the live. I think Ted Smooth was talking something about Skate Key, and there's a connection there. I'm not gonna get into right now, but so I did remember that part, but I definitely didn't think, tomorrow I'm going to get up and go to the movies or any shit like that. Like, I didn't even think that I would go to the movies that day, realistically. Not like that. So, I don't know. So I don't know. It's like psychological. I don't know. Is that fucking witchcraft shit? That's what I'm saying, yo. Because it's like, I will say the cops yesterday those two cops were different. It's starting to be at least a little different. Like, there was times that I would interact with police, and it seemed as if they were under a spell. Like, and I couldn't, like, because it's like, these are cops. So it's like, I don't know what the fuck to tell you, dude. You know what I mean? Like, you're literally talking to me as if you're under a spell. Like, you look as if you're under a spell right now. But, like, and like, that's hard to fucking explain. But, like, at least the cops yesterday, I can't really say that. It started to feel more, like, a little different. I don't know where to place it, but it was different. It was, like, a little different. So I don't know, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. It's like, I feel like with the spell thing, it's like, I'm definitely, it feels like it's unraveling or undoing shit, but it's like, for me too, it's like, this isn't, I don't know. I don't know. It's like, it's not what I'm saying, I mean, it should be self-evident, you know what I mean? Like, it's not as if like I got mad crystals in my house and like I fucking been doing this shit for years, in that particular sense, or I like necessarily seek it out. I mean, I think if I was gonna say anything, it's like it is what it is. Like my life for the most part, the good and bad about it is, you know, and I still, I guess you could say, struggle with it is that, you know, I try to stay in tune with the world. I try to stay in tune with the universe as best as possible, and I understand that could, you know, be confusing. It can be confusing to me as well at times, in the sense because it doesn't always work out well, and it could be like, yo, what the fuck, like that's not necessarily something I wanted, and like that's the way the world is, though, you know what I mean? But like to me, it's, from my understanding, that's the balance of shit, you know what I mean? Like God isn't all good, the world isn't all good, you know what I mean? Like you know, things there's a balance to it, you know what I mean? And like you know, I'm not gonna act as if I know what it is and I always know everything that's right and everything that's wrong, but I do know that trying to do one or the other is not in tune, is not in tune. So there's that, you know what I mean? And then that, like, you know, that's is bringing up for me, like the reason I also know that too is like there was a part in my life where it's not as if you would necessarily know like how evil I really was, I guess, but I was very evil. Like I very much called upon and enjoyed the presence of evil. You know, it's the best way I could put it. Like just fucking that, and had a comfort there, and so I know what it's like to do the opposite of, I guess, basically also what I'm doing now, which is just really try not to. You know what I mean? Like not to be evil, or at the very least. It's, I guess, if I was gonna compare anything, I guess it's like how I feel like with my feminine side. Like I can agree that I can be mad girly, I'm mad feminine in certain things, but at the same time, I'm also mad manly with some you know, other shit. It's like I really like the best way I could put it. It's like I feel like a lesbian. Like I feel like I'm a lesbian. Like if I was like, I don't know, like I'm like a weird lesbian. Like in that sense. Yeah, I don't know. So I don't know how much sense that fucking makes, but yeah, but anyway, just the balance shit, you know what I mean? Like trying to fucking it's like this whole shit, like trying to like why I'm doing this, trying to fucking stay out of like getting into, you know, everything's not real and like fucking it's all a fantasy world. Fucking I remember this House of fucking Mirrors that I went to this House of fucking Mirrors with the mother of my child, and like I remember like it was just one of those days that like I felt as if like, who the fuck am I hanging out with? Like I don't know who this person is, and it's like a weird fucking thing because it's like even now it's like I don't know how much of it's fake or real as far as her. Like was she just like faking? Like was she just playing around with me? Like was there some other dude the entire time? And it's like I was just like some fucking like side motherfucker, which is weird. But I would say this is the thing too. I would do that. Like if I was gonna be the side motherfucker, I'd be the side motherfucker who's like you know what I mean? Like who's really like the side motherfucker. Like in other words, like me and her were always together. So like it's not as if I was a side. There's no way I could really be her side nigga. You know what I mean? Like literally, we were together all the time so much that it's very difficult for me to even like. It would have to be some crazy shit. It would have to be some like leaving work and like having 15-minute quickies and like just really weird shit if she cheated on me. Because for the most part, we really were always fucking together. And so like. The communicate, like there wouldn't even be a chance much for even communications about like when we meet up, you know what I mean? Like it was really like that's how much we were together. So it's just like whatever. Anyway, so that particular day, like I just remember being like, yo, like I remember being just feeling as if she was a different person, but not knowing why, you know what I mean? Like why? And then like, you know, for me, like then it's like I would question myself, like, yo, is it me? Like, am I bugging out? Like how, like why am I thinking this person is different? If I live with this person, I'm with this person every fucking day, and then suddenly today I'm feeling as if I'm hanging out with somebody that's totally different, yet it's the same person. You know what I mean? Like it makes no fucking sense. Like why, like, you know what I mean? So then it's like I would think I'd be fucking crazy, but then as the day would go on, like something else would happen. And then it'd be like, no, you really are fucking acting really fucking weird. And then it's like that line in the sand fucking thing. It's like, where do you go? Like, cause it's, you know, I never really, just fucking funny. All these years of therapy, and I never thought of it this way, but it's like it's like the reverse. It's like they reverse it on you, where like now suddenly instead of being sure that they're crazy, you go, whoa, I don't know if I'm crazy, because that's what basically would happen over and over again. Like, days would happen like that where it'd be like, this person again, my girlfriend is and the one who became the mother of my child, is acting totally fucking different, but they don't seem to see it. And also, I have no other people to go to. That's the whole fucking thing too. It's not like there were any friends around or anybody else that I could be like, yo, you know her, you've observed her. I mean, like, that's another thing too, where it's like I feel like nobody understands that aspect for me, where it's like, no matter what, it could be her own mother. Literally, her own mother could tell me, yo, Charlie, this about her, and I couldn't fucking take it for real, because you know why? We're talking about 4 years we were together. A lot of that together almost all the fucking time. Even the times that we weren't together all the fucking time, and still a pretty good amount of communication, which also means through various different stages. I know exactly how she interacted with me when we were together, as far as physically close, and when we were far apart, when we were broken up supposedly, when we weren't broken up supposedly. I know all the ways that she fucking interacts with me, and in all those ways, nobody else was fucking around. There weren't any fucking other friends. There weren't her fucking mother. There wasn't my mother. There was nobody else. So there's nobody else that can fucking tell me realistically how she is. You know what I mean? At the very least, on how she is as far as we interact. And that is different, because that's not the same with my mother or any of my friends or anybody else. There are other people who have the right to be able to go like, yo, actually, no, Charlie, you're wrong. You know what I mean? Like, your mother hasn't always been like this, or blah, blah, blah. It's not the same with the mother of my child, yo. You know what I mean? And so it's like a very different fucking thing. So, I got that shit going on too. And then, yeah, and it's just like, it's fucking weird. It's like I got my things that I don't want to fucking talk about, which is new. Like that hasn't been new, that hasn't been. And I think it's actually probably good in a certain sense, because obviously the way I have been hasn't been fucking great. And it is fucking somewhat normal for people not to want to talk about certain things. So there's that. But at the same time, you know what I mean? It has been very different than I've been, because I generally, at all points, whether evil, good, whatever, I'm pretty open into fucking talking about shit. So it's just newer to kind of be aware of the fact of like, oh shit, like, now I kind of understand like how regular people are, or like, yeah, how regular people are, and I guess how I used to be as well too, and everybody else, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I kind of understand why I shouldn't say that out loud. I still have probably way less of a filter, and I don't fucking, for the most part, I don't care than a lot of other people, but, up to a certain point, like, that's the weird thing where I'm at, where it's like, it's as if people want me to be crazy. Like, the whole thing seems like a fucking setup. It's like, I feel as if they want me to get to the point where I'm like out there killing somebody or doing something else, and then they could just like have their little story. Like, I start getting down to this conspiracy theory thing of like, yo, maybe this is how the FBI and everybody else fucking works. You know what I mean? Like, they really do. Like, they drive people crazy. And then they get their story out of it. You know what I mean? Like that guy in San Jose that fucking killed people. It's like all these years he was like, yo, apparently people knew he was going to go postal. And nobody fucking addressed it. And it's like, well, I don't, and it's true. I don't know what the solution is, but it's like, because like in the sense of like, I don't know if I was at work with him, like, I don't know if like what to do. Like, should I have, would it have been good to have talked to him and been like, yo, it seems, people say, I think people should have probably said to him, yo, people think you would go postal. So he could think about it, you know what I mean? And then if he's not crazy, then maybe he'll think about it, you know what I mean? Or I don't know, but it does tend to, I guess this is where I don't know where the fuck I'm at on it, because I thought it was logical. I thought most people knew that in most circumstances, if you're smart about it, if you're intelligent about it, you actually want to tell people things that you know about them or think about them. It's for everybody's benefit. It's for yours and theirs and the world's at large. Like, everybody benefits when you tell somebody like, yo, hey, dude, you know what I mean? Like, seriously, no jokes. Like, let's be serious about this for a second. It's kind of scary because it seems as if you may you may kill someone. Well, all right, you know what I mean? Then, like, again, like I said, I would hope that it may not be possible, and I wouldn't judge him at the time to necessarily be able to process all that. But I don't know. And then again, maybe somebody fucking told him. Either way, all I know is like, this doesn't make sense. Like, I've gone to therapists. Yesterday I called the Good Samaritan line. The fucking guy, which is basically a suicide prevention hotline. The guy, it almost seemed as if he was like pushing me to go like, yeah, yo, dude, just do whatever you want, because apparently, like, you know, none of this is fucking real. So it's like I basically had to talk myself away from fucking doing crazy shit. And then, like, you know, and then today it's like the day's almost pretty much gone. And I have just basically just tried to take care of myself. I really do gotta kind of test my body, because like I'm going back and forth and I'm fluctuating a little quicker than I'm more used to, at least recently, like health wise. Like I'm going from like feeling okay to really, really not feeling okay. And I'm feeling the vibrations in my chest a little bit stronger. And like the heart fibrillations, they have calmed down for a while. But now they're back. And like if I'm gonna theorize it, I feel like it feels as if what's happening is the issue really isn't as much. It's just like it really is, my heart is just not pumping as well to my organs, and my organs have a limited time where they're functioning at like 100%. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of weird. Like, in other words, like I'm not crashing as quickly, but they're all going at a steady pace deteriorating, versus like before it was like certain things. Like before it was like certain parts of my body weren't functioning at 100%, but other parts were. It seemed as if now it seems like all of them kind of function at 100% for like a little bit or whatever. Or my heart definitely not even at 100%. That's the whole thing. But all of them are like 100% for like a little bit, and then like slow, like they're just kind of like declining, and then they're all kind of down. So it's like before I used to be able to kind of like kind of count on one thing or the other to kind of like, all right, kind of like just kind of get me through. You know what I mean? Because like sometimes I think too, it's like, you know, I don't know where to begin or end with like expressing this to even just doctors or whatever. Because, you know, I don't know, you know what I mean? But I am aware. I mean, like, there's been examples. Like, obviously, I push my body a lot more than other people do. You know what I mean? Like, for me to have gone as long as I did, I mean, it's absolutely fucking ridiculous. I could barely fit into jeans, dude. I could barely fit into jeans, and I was taking baby steps. And I was going to work, picking up fucking bicycles and bicycling up and down. Bicycling up and down a fucking warehouse, fucking, you know, 60, 70-pound bikes. Fucking, that's what I was doing. That's what I was doing literally up to the day before I went to the hospital and found out one part of my fucking heart was at like 0.25%. So, like, yo, what the fuck? But so you're like, you know, I can't lie. Like, certain times I'm walking, and like I said, I got new things going on, and I'm like, you know, I'll walk through it, and I'll like kind of just got to get through it. You know what I mean? But it is happening, you know what I mean? Like, it is happening sometimes where it's like, yo, I'm getting sometimes I'm getting like a little burn in the chest. Those are new. Like, burns are new. Like, not like that, you know what I mean? And fucking numbness in my limbs at various times. And it's switching back and forth. It used to be like, yo, the numbness was mostly on my left side, which would make sense because my left side of my heart is not as strong. But now it's going to my right every once in a while. And I know that is supposedly somewhat concerning, but at the same time, the thing is, I've gone through this many times. So it's like, I think I know at what point it's too much, but I'm, you know, sometimes I'm not sure, you know what I mean? And it's like, you know, it's weird to be gambling like that. Like, I didn't know. I guess I didn't know. I didn't know I was gambling like that before. You know, before it was always kind of like, this seems like it could be a heart problem, but there's no way. And now I can't really say there's no way. So it's kind of like, all right, well, it's not, you know, it's not no way. But at the same time, obviously, you know, there have been times where I've thought to myself, shit, I really got to call an ambulance. Shit, I really got to call an ambulance. You know what I mean? And like, I didn't call the ambulance, and obviously it was somewhat, not even, it turned out, it wasn't necessary. But then it's like, do I make that mistake? Do I end up making a mistake where I think, no, I'll just walk this off, because I don't even know where the fuck I got that walk it off shit. I think that really is somewhat my stepfather, but like at the same time, I don't think he ingrained it in me. I think if we always just agreed with it because, he is somewhat like that. Like, but again, I can't ever say there was ever a point in time that I was like, I felt he was insensitive to me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he was ever, other than with my mother. My mother definitely. But as far as other things, I can't ever say like I ever felt he was insensitive as far as being like, yo, just walk it off. And I'm like that too, and I don't necessarily think everybody has to be like that. But I am. And it is shameful up to a certain point because it is, like I said, it kept me from going to the hospital. It's definitely probably put me in some bad situations before of just not really asking for help and not just walking everything off, just going forward, everything just forward, you know what I mean? Like, even this is part of that. Like, I'm not gonna, I'm kind of, this is what, but what am I supposed to do? Not do this? Like, this feels fucking stupid, but at the same time, at least it is different, it is the fucking different. Like, before I wouldn't do this at all. So, I don't know what to say. Like, I know it's fucking silly as fuck, but I'm not the only silly one, At least that, like, fuck, I may not be out there doing selfies and shit like that. If people want to fucking, oh, look at him, he's fucking out here fucking talking all his, on Instagram and talking about his life and trying to prevent killing people and shit like that. Ha ha ha. Like, yo, whatever, I guess, you know what I mean? But like, I know that I don't want to fucking keep acting as if life isn't real just because other people are acting like life isn't real. You know what I mean? Like, life is real. It's so real that I don't have a therapist to go to talk to about this. I don't have a mother to talk to about this. I don't have friends to talk to about this. I have to try to fucking figure out why the fuck everything that happened yesterday happened, including a fucking celebrity like Fat Joe that fucking ended up blocking me from an account and then not blocking me and all this other fucking weird shit. You know what I mean? And it's like, yo, like, it's this weird combination of wanted shit. Would I have wanted to fucking feel like Fat Joe's a friend of mine? Sure. But would I have wanted just to fucking answer that question? Definitely sure. So, you know what I mean? It's also that fucking thing. And like, when you talk about fucking like spells and shit like that, that's the difference. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I've had to go through for a long time, of trying to understand the difference between what do I really want. What do I really fucking want? And that's a really, really hard question. And understanding that a lot of times that question, it's very weird to me because isn't the answer. Fucking shit. Anyway, I was saying this fucking shit pause. The whole fucking thing and shit like that. Like, oh yeah, it's gonna pause specifically when I'm talking about what is it that I really fucking want, whatever. Anyway, but it is. It's like, yo, like, the answer to the question of what do you really want, it can be scary. I know for myself, is understanding that it's odd, but you could actually, what you really want is not really what you wanted, but it's still what you really want. And so, as confusing as that sounds, it's actually pretty straight fucking forward. So anyway, I am fucking tired. I guess I am tired of talking. I feel like I'm pushing it, but I also, I'm pushing it because because I'm afraid. Not really afraid, but yeah, I don't know what to do next. And I'm hoping that, I don't even want to hope. That's the thing. It's like, I get to this point where I don't want to do anything. You know what it is like to not even fucking want to hope? Fucking, so yeah, I'm just going to end it.